it'll be a very gentle dynamic session. A bit of a heart opener today. So let's get standing and work ourselves into a floaty state. Good. Shoulders stacked over top of the hips. The knees can be slightly bent and our feet firmly grounded on the mat. Eyes open or closed, and we'll start by taking a few deep breaths in through the nose and sighing it out through the mouth. Two more just like that. Noticing the muscles in our faces soften with each exhalation. Noticing the rising and falling of the ribs and the softening of the belly. Allowing the breath to assume its natural rhythm in and out through the nose. Just being aware of the speed and rhythm of the breath. Running through a body scan from head to toe to get a sense of the energy and the mood of the body. And noting any areas of lightness or heaviness. Taking a moment to set an intention for today's practice. Perhaps as simple as maintaining our presence in this moment. Breathing in curiosity and freshness. And exhaling expectation, competition, or judgment. Lowering our chins to our chest. And we'll just do some small neck rolls left to right, bringing our left ear to our left shoulder, right ear towards the right shoulder. Slowly starting to bring awareness to the neck, the shoulders, and the upper back. Increasing range of motion as feels comfortable, as the body desires. Now we'll hold our ear towards one shoulder, elongating through the side of the body, maybe reaching the opposite arm out on a diagonal, moving it around, checking in, noting all the yummy sensations. We'll slowly roll over to the other shoulder, floating that opposite arm up, and getting a nice stretch between the ear and the fingertips. Making sure we're not collapsing onto the inside of the body. And breathing lightness and warmth, space into any areas of discomfort. Releasing our arm and bringing our head back to center. Lifting the head and rolling the shoulders up and back. Continuing to roll up and back. Drawing the shoulder blades together, rolling them down the spine. And we'll switch directions, drawing the shoulders in and back and up and around. And coming back to center, we release out of that, lifting our arms up over our shoulder, inhaling, arching the lower back gently. Exhale, drawing the shoulder blades in and back, rolling the arms around, inhaling up. Exhale, drawing the shoulder blades in and up, cactusing the arms. And we'll continue this. Inhale, big arm rolls, drawing the shoulder blades in and back, lifting the chest. Whatever speed feels good for the body. 3 more just like that. Noticing how the chest lifts, opening our hearts, drawing breath and lightness into our hearts. Last one. Drawing the arms back, palms open, inhaling, and we'll circle the arms around to the front. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rotating, palms open. Exhale to the front, lowering. Three more. Floating with our breath to whatever speed feels good, noting the physical sensations. Inhaling, bringing the hands behind the back, interlacing. Opening the heart center, lifting the arms away from the glutes. Calm, steady rhythm of breath. Bringing awareness to any areas of discomfort and tightness, breathing into them. 3, 4, 2, last big breath. And we release. And we'll float through our Malasana squat, forward fold sequence, spreading our legs a little bit wider so we can sink through our squat. Inhale, reaching the arms up, palms together. Exhale, we lower through our Malasana squat. Inhale, we forward fold. Exhale, we roll up like rag dolls. We repeat the sequence. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sinking through. Floating to the rhythm of our breath. To whatever speed feels good as we slowly warm through the whole body. Noticing all the sensations. Increasing our range of motion as we warm up. Noticing the back of the legs, the lower back, upper back and neck. And noticing the abdomen open as we arch through our inhalation. Two more just like this. Inhale, reaching all the way up when we get there. Grabbing our left wrist, reaching tall and coming into a gentle side bend. Keeping our hips tucked underneath us. Elongating the side body. Calm, steady rhythm of breath. And exhaling out of that, we reach back up. Inhale. And we grab for our right wrist. Exhaling into our side bend. Readjusting the hips, keeping them underneath us. Reaching tall, finding length in the side body. Good. Inhale, reaching up. Palms together, we squat back through. Inhale, forward fold, and we'll hold here. Pressing into the back of the legs, allowing the head to hang heavy through the arms. Option here to bring the hands behind the back, interlacing and lifting the hands over top of the back. Checking in with how those sensations might feel in the upper arms. May even enhance the sensations down the back of the legs. And we release out of that, letting our hands hang heavy. Option to bring the hands to the inside of the elbows and gently sway left to right, checking in with the lower back, the back of the legs. Finding stillness or motion as suits us. Listening to the body. Two more breaths here. And once again, we'll slowly roll up like rag dolls. Stacking the vertebrae one at a time, shoulders and head. Coming to the front of our mat. And we'll slowly step back into a warrior lunge. Back foot is at 45-degree angle. And we lunge forward, checking in that we can see our toes. We're going to continue with our arm openers, chest openers, but holding this lunge position. So nice and strong in the legs, light in the upper body. Tall torsos. Inhale, opening. Exhale, we round forward. Lunging over the leg. Inhale, we open, drawing the shoulder blades in and back, lifting the heart center. Exhale, we sweep our arms forward. Repeating this, holding our lunge nice and strong. Exhale, reaching forward. Finding a flow that feels good. Maintaining our calm, steady rhythm of breath in and out through the nose. Two more. Inhale, all the way back up. Interlacing our hands behind our backs again, lifting the arms, finding our lunge. Elongating through the torso and exhale, hinging over the lunged leg. Peaceful warrior. We bring our hands down to the earth. And we'll lift our front foot. Inhale, lifting the toes off the earth. Exhale, we lunge. Inhale, lifting. Working to straighten the front leg. Slow and steady. Floating between our lunge and our pyramid. Keeping the back leg nice and straight. Lunging the front leg and then straightening the front leg. Two more. Good, last one. Holding our pyramid here, lifting the front toes off the earth, hanging our heads heavy. Good. Planting the front foot, lifting the heel off the back foot. We'll lower down into a low lunge. Keeping our front hand planted, and we'll open up into a gentle twist, lifting and rotating. Calm, steady rhythm of breath. Coming off the front knee, sinking into the front hip flexor. And option here to grab the back foot, rotating the arm parallel to the floor, holding our torsos nice and tall. If we can't reach our foot, no worries. We want to keep opening the chest, elongating through the spine. Opening the heart center, not worrying about grabbing the foot. We're here to open and notice how we tend to close in. Good, one more big breath and then we'll release out of this. Coming back to center, lifting our back knee off the earth, stepping back into our warrior lunge, bringing our torsos up. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center, and we'll prayer twist over the lunged leg. Bringing the elbow to the outer edge of the leg, elongating by pressing the elbow into the leg. Gazing beyond the back elbow, calm and steady. Noticing the sensations in our back, hip, and glute. We come back to center, planting our hands on the earth. We'll step back into a plank vinyasa. Through chaturanga, elbows are tight into the torso, upward facing, or cobra, flattening the back feet. Inhale, lifting the chest. For 3, for 2, and 1. Releasing back to the earth, pressing through our plank, and down dog. Pedaling it out. Checking in with the sensations through the back body. Pressing one heel into the earth at a time, maybe shifting our weight. Checking in with the sides of the legs, the lower back. What are we feeling? What's our body telling us? Let's move gently just to move the energy around, clearing blockages, And we come to stillness, pressing both heels towards the mat, firm grounding of our hands, and our heads are hanging heavy. We'll step up with our opposite leg into our lunge, warrior position. Back foot comes back to a 45-degree angle. We find our lunge, checking in. We can see our toes. Beautiful. And once again, we'll do our flow. So inhale, opening our hearts, lifting our chest. Exhale, we float the arms forward. We hinge over our left knee or our front knee. Maintaining strength in our legs while we float our upper bodies. Moving to the rhythm of our breath. Embracing the heat that we might be generating in our quadricep. Two more. And on the next inhale, we interlace our hands behind our backs. We elongate the torso. Lifting through the crown of the head. And then we slowly hinge forward. Generating heat in our front quad. Checking in. And just surrendering it to it as the peaceful warriors that we are. Lowering our hands to the mat, up on the fingertips or flat. And once again, we'll peel our front toes off the earth, floating into our pyramid. And then we lunge again, keeping our back leg nice and straight. Heads are hanging heavy as possible. Elongating the chest, elongating the torso. Two more just like this. Enjoying the pauses at the top and the bottom of each breath. And we'll hold our pyramid pose for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and we release, coming all the way down into a low lunge, bringing the back knee and the back foot down. Front hand plants. We come off the knee, sinking into our hip flexor, and then we open up our arm above our body, rotating in the direction of the lunged leg. Finding our stability here. Big reach between our hands. An option to reach that arm back, keeping our hearts open, and lifting our foot, reaching for the fit. If we can keep our hearts open and not collapse. Continuing to work through the hip flexor while opening the chest. Calm, steady rhythm of breath. Beautiful. Releasing the back foot. Bringing both hands into the front plank vinyasa. Finding our pose, transitioning slowly. Elbows into the sides of the body. Inhale, opening up and lifting the chest. Noticing the release of energy in the lower back and the glutes. And we lower our chest back to the earth. Beautiful. Bringing our hands to the outside of the mat. Up on the fingertips. Our chest is lifted. And we're going to shift our weight left to right. Slowly swaying and waving. Getting some lateral flexion here. And breaking up old patterns while creating new patterns. Gently flowing left to right, getting a sense of what's happening down the side of the body into the lower back. Good, and we'll come to center. Chin down to the earth. We'll bring our hands behind our backs, interlacing the fingers. And on the next inhale, we'll lift our chests and our heads off the earth. Option to drive the knuckles towards the feet, lifting the hands above the glutes. Calm, steady rhythm of breath, gentle expressions on our faces. Building our upper back muscles to support the back of our heart. And we release all the way back to the earth, melting into the ground. Deep breath here in between. We reset. We'll bring our hands back up above our chest, almost like a cactus with the arms. And once again, we'll peel our chest off the earth, lifting our arms, cactusing or about a 45-degree angle. Noticing how the back muscles engage. So we continue to strengthen them so they can support us. Gentle expressions on our faces. Feeling the tops of our feet pressing into the earth. Our spine is in alignment. We can move our neck freely. 3, 2, and 1. We release back to the earth. Deep breath in between. We'll extend our arms wide out from the shoulders in a T. And option to lift the chest off the ground in this T pose. Reaching the arms up and out on a diagonal, noticing all the energy in the chest and the arms, noticing the back muscles engage. And we release back to the earth. We can bring our arms alongside the body, chin back to the earth. Deep breath in, sigh it out. Bringing our left arm into a cactus. The right hand comes up to the side of our chest on the fingertips. We're going to lift our right leg off the earth. Twisting and rotating, bringing the right leg behind the left. Our left ear comes to the mat. And we'll hang out here for a few moments, opening into the chest, maybe feeling this in the left side of the chest, maybe feeling this in the right hip and lower back, not worried about the right foot touching the earth. Noticing any areas of tightness that we might be holding tension, breathing into those areas. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Deep breath in between. We bring our right hand into our cactus at 90 degrees. The left fingertips come up beside our chest for support. And we lift our left foot off the earth and we rotate the left leg behind our right, opening into the right side of the chest. The right ear comes to the mat. And we check in with all the yummy sensations in our hip and lower back, not worrying about the left foot touching the earth. If it's hovering, that's fine. I'm hovering. I'm feeling sensations. And I'm feeling blocked energy, breathing through it, honoring the state of our body. No competition, no expectation. Being aware of the breath, making sure that we listen to what our body is telling us. If the breath becomes labored, we pull off, backing out of the pose, not to push too far, too fast. And we roll out of this very gently, bringing the leg back to the earth, rotating our chin back to the mat. And we can bring our arms alongside the body again. Deep breaths in between. And once again, we'll interlace the hands behind our back and slowly peel the chin and the chest up. And then we lift the arms away from the glutes, reaching the knuckles towards the feet. Calm, steady rhythm of breath, gentle expressions on our faces. Beautiful. Releasing out of that, deep breath in between. And we'll bring our arms underneath our chest. Left arm in front, right arm underneath. We'll walk the fingertips as far out as we can, finding length from the spine, all the way from the lower back through to the crown of the head. And we slowly lower our chin over the front of our arms, melting into the fronts of the arms. Noticing any sensations down the arms. Maybe through the neck and the upper back. Breathing light and warmth into any areas of discomfort. Two more breaths on this side. We lift our heads. We draw our arms all the way back through And the right arm comes over top, the left arm comes underneath. We walk the hands out, palms pressed into the earth. We elongate the spine with a deep breath in. And we lower our chins over our arms on the exhale. Noticing any areas of discomfort on this side, perhaps different than the other. Just maintaining that curiosity and presence with the sensations, embracing them and honoring them. Noticing the rising and falling of our ribs as we breathe. Two more breaths here. And we'll release out of that. And one more time, bringing our hands behind our back. This will feel yummy as a counterbalance, interlacing, lifting our chest, lifting our head, and lifting our hands away from the glutes. Noticing how our energy may have shifted a little bit. We may be feeling slightly different sensations as we did the first time we interlaced and lifted. And we release out of that, bringing our hands back under our chest. Deep breaths in, and on the exhale, we'll press up, kneeling plank, and into all fours, shifting our weight left to right, letting our heads hang heavy. Option to grab a sip of water if you haven't already. And then we'll all meet up in a gentle down dog. Lifting our left leg off the earth. Pressing our weight through the right leg, the right heel. Finding grounding of our hands into the earth. Heads are hanging heavy. And we gaze forward. We come up on the toes of the right foot, and we'll step all the way through pigeon prep. Left knee to left wrist. We slowly sink back, floating our right leg. Inhale, lifting our chest. And we exhale, slowly hinging forward, melting over the left hip. Continuing to maintain a flat back, supporting by walking our hands out. Lowering onto our forearms as possible, fists or hands. Keeping length in our spine, our chests are lifted through. Checking in with the left knee, the left hip, the lower back. And again, listening to our breath, letting it guide the depth of our poses. Hopefully noticing some micro gains as energy starts to move around, tension starts to release. And if you're feeling super flexible today and this isn't intense enough, we can work ourselves into a thread the needle, extending our left arm out beyond our head, beyond the mat, and threading our right arm underneath. Calm, steady rhythm of breath wherever we are. Now we'll slowly come out of that, pressing ourselves up. Inhale, lifting the torso. Exhale, rolling over onto the left hip. We float ourselves back into all fours. Gentle transition, rinsing it out, shifting the weight left to right. And then we'll once again come back into our down dog. Curling our toes under the shins, exhaling as we lift. Lifting the right leg off the earth. Holding here for a few breaths. Finding our stability and grounding through our hands and our left foot. Calm and steady. We gaze forward, we come up on the toes of the left foot, and we step through right knee to right wrist. We extend our dog as we go, and then we slowly float the left leg back. Lifting our chests, pressing the fingertips into the earth, inhaling big. And with each exhalation, we can hinge forward. Finding length through the spine and support with our hands, our arms, our fists. Being curious as to where we're holding our tension, embracing areas of discomfort, just settling into them, not running away from them. Embracing and loving every part of ourselves, even the ones that might niggle at us, bother us. Let's change that perspective. Being grateful for how our bodies talk to us. Slowly melting into the right knee and hip. Checking in with the lower back. And again, if this isn't intense enough, we can always thread the needle, extending our right arm above the mat and our left arm underneath. Noticing how the sensations change. Three more breaths here, wherever we are. And we bring ourselves back to center. Inhale, lifting our torsos tall. And we exhale, rolling over onto the right hip, bringing both legs in front of us. Giving them a little wiggle. And we'll slowly lower down into a supported bridge pose. So bringing our feet about hip width apart. The knees are bent and we'll lower each vertebrae down. Slow and steady. Shoulders and head. Walking the feet a little bit wider, and we'll windshield wiper, lowering the knees to each side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhaling to center. Exhaling opposite side. Slow windshield wipers left to right. One more time on each side. Coming back to center. We'll hug the knees in. Narrow or wide, whatever feels good. Curling into little balls or rocking side to side, listening to what the body needs. We'll release our right foot to the earth. The left ankle will cross over the right thigh. We're in a figure four. We'll give it a hug. The fingers can come on top of the shin or behind the thigh muscle. Rocking, pulsing, or finding stillness. We'll release the right foot back to the earth and we'll come over into a gentle twist in this figure four pose. Bringing the left knee towards the earth, the right knee lowers in. We can open up our arms or lift them above our heads, whatever feels comfortable. Once again, bringing our awareness to any areas of discomfort, possibly down through the right side of the hip, the lower back and the abdomen. Breathing space and light into those areas. And once again, embracing the discomfort, not running away from it, and watching how it slowly transforms. Calm, steady rhythm of breath and gentle expressions on our faces. Not shifting any stress to our face or our neck. Two more breaths here. And we'll bring our legs back to center. Untwisting them, hugging them in. Narrow or wide, whatever the body desires. Hugging, rocking, pulsing, or finding stillness. Bringing the left foot to the earth, and we'll figure four the right leg over, hugging it in when you're ready. Fingers on top of the shin or behind the thigh. Finding whatever micro movements might feel good. Breaking into the right side of the glutes and down the back of the right leg. Noticing how tension we might have in our knee may actually be starting from the lower back. Bringing the left foot to the outer edge of the mat. And we'll slowly lower our knees towards the right. Staying in our figure 4 or tightening it up as desired. Hands can come to our hips. They can float out or up. Can we notice the areas of tension along the left side of the body? Breathing into them. Maintaining our presence and our focus on those areas. Perhaps we visualize warmth and light of the sun, melting away tension. Two more breaths here. And we'll bring our knees back to center, untwisting and hugging them in. Curling in like a little ball, bringing our chins to our chests, rocking, pulsing, or finding stillness. Releasing our head to the earth, stacking our legs over our hips, flexing and straightening the legs over the hips. Wiggling the feet, rolling, flexing, pointing, crick, crack, crick, crack. And now flexing and driving the heels up towards the sky. Toes are pointed towards our faces. And then again, rolling the feet, flexing, pointing, feeling the shins and the calf muscles engage. And we'll come into happy baby. Grabbing onto the big toes with our peace fingers or the inside of the foot. Rocking. Or option to extend the legs outwards. Creating a little space in the inner thighs. Keeping our shoulder blades and our heads on the mat. Noticing the contact of our hips and lower back. And we bring our feet together over top of our hips, interlacing the fingers around the back of the feet, drawing the heels down towards the earth, and butterflying the legs, pressing the knees away. And we release, bringing our legs back to the earth, extending them long on the mat. Coming into our final resting pose. Hands on our hips or alongside our body, wherever they feel comfortable. And we'll take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. One more time. Noticing the contact our body makes on the earth below. And running through a body scan from head to toe, noticing the energy of the body and how it may have changed from the beginning of our practice. Noticing areas of lightness and strength. And noticing how areas of tension may have released through our practice. Taking a moment to reflect on any intention we may have set at the beginning of our practice, and perhaps modifying it or creating a new one for the days ahead. Taking as long as we need on the mat to imprint our practice on our bodies and minds. And when we're ready, we can bring movement to our feet, our hands, our wrists. We can slowly curl ourselves back up and roll over into an easy seated pose. Bringing awareness back to the space around us. Bringing our awareness back to the community. And taking a moment to give thanks for the opportunity to practice together. Thanks for this beautiful and supportive community. And thanks to our bodies for talking to us. Sometimes a little bit louder if we're not listening. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you a beautiful continuation. Namaste.